Yeah, glad to be with you again today. You know, I keep looking for a great new guest and found a great new one at the Greater Dallas Coalition meeting yesterday, with the monthly meeting, which is always so inspirational. And David here works in networking the kids in the community for the Dallas Independent School District, which has a really active program to try to keep the kids engaged and succeeding. Wasn't that a great meeting yesterday?
Oh man, it was awesome, man. And that's the best part, is you never know what to expect, but there's always new additions. There are always great updates about what happened before this meeting. And at the same time, there's great people. So literally people come and sit through at least an hour-long meeting on a busy part of the day, and then everybody stays afterwards to network and fellowship with each other. Yeah. So it's pretty awesome, man. I'm glad to be a part of it. Thank you for having me on the show today, man.
Yeah. So tell us a little more about what do you do for Dallas Independent School District?
I get that question all the time. So for Dallas ISD, well, first of all, my name is David Reeves, King David Reeves on all social media platforms. King David Reeves on all social media platforms. I work for Education is Freedom, and we are college and career readiness. We're a nonprofit vendor for Dallas ISD, and we're in 21 Dallas ISD high schools. We're in 3 middle schools, as well as Grand Prairie. We're in 2 of their high schools and 6 of their middle schools. And then we've recently expanded to Marshall ISD, as well as Austin with President Obama's My Brother's Keepers mentoring program. And we design and implement the Mayor's Intern Fellows program for Dallas, and we just completed our 11th summer doing that, and this is the first summer we completed with with the Richardson Mayor's Summer Intern Program as well. So I'm community engagement, so I get to connect the community to students and students to the community all over, and I'm a professional mentor by passion, so I just love bringing in volunteers or companies that want to volunteer to connect with and serve our students from all different backgrounds and walks of life and career interests. So in the schools every day, we have at least one advisor, so they're helping them with the college applications process, scholarship apps, also the internships, because sophomores and juniors can apply for the Mayor's Intern Program, but they're helping them with financial aid, in that whole process, whether it's FAFSA or TASA, as well as just figuring out how to work on their essays or how to register for the SAT, ACT. So it's just so much that goes into them preparing for that next step, that next level. So we like to make sure that whatever their decision is, whether it's 2-year, 4-year college or trade school, or it's military, or it's entrepreneurship route, or it's university, whatever that path is for them, that it's the best fit for them, and hopefully they end up with the least amount of debt.
Well, that's a key element.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely, because if not, then like a lot of us found out a little too late, that you're still paying on school loans up until your 40s, if not 50s, some people I know, and you may or may not actually be in the career field that you planned on being in, you got a major for. So definitely, all our advisors are passionate about what they do, and we just love helping these kids, and our secret sauce is that we have the relationships with them, our students and our parents. So,
well, that's a fantastic thing. So you all work in conjunction with the DISD staff.
Yes, sir.
To supplement them and kind of boost the program.
Absolutely, and that's the best way to put it, honestly, because we pride ourselves in having like near peer mentors. So a lot of our advisors are more recent college graduates, and they connect with the kids on different levels. So a lot of times the students will come to our advisors, our higher education advisors, before they'll go to a counselor or a teacher for help, just because they feel that connection. And our advisors a lot of times are graduates from the area that they're serving, so they can really connect and relate to the situation of these students.
Well, I mean, time goes by and you lose a sync up with, I just had my 40th high school reunion.
Hey, man.
And, you know,
It's a few years, man.
a few years back, and things are a little different, you know.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I saw the first handheld calculator
Nice.
when I was in high school.
So it wasn't a TI-83.
It cost
or
$200 back when you could buy a car for $2,000, and it
wow.
only did arithmetic. It didn't do anything more than add and subtract, multiply.
You're
And,
teaching me something. See, this is
so-
a mentor moment right here, people.
Yeah, so it was
Wow.
crazy. You know, I bought the first generation of Apple computer in
Yeah,
1977.
I've done the research. So I heard Steve Jobs talking about it, but
Cost
man,
$1,600. Like I said, back when you could buy a nice new car for
the same
$4,000 bucks, and
Man.
had enough memory to store about half a page of data.
and now we'd go crazy if that's all the memory we had.
Well, our phones
Man.
that we carry in our pocket are the equivalent of a supercomputer
Yes.
when I was in high school.
Which probably would have cost millions.
Oh, unattainable.
Yeah.
Unattainable.
Only major corporations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've
Well,
heard the
even
stories
there
of-
they weren't available. I'm talking about
wow.
just wasn't there.
Oh man, I didn't even.
I'm talking
See, I
about
grew up in the era of no cell phone,
Yeah.
or maybe the brick. So
Yeah.
that was my ancient history. So these kids, they don't even understand that.
No, my kids they've grown up with the smartphone, with the iPad,
Yeah.
with the internet.
Yeah,
And,
we grew up with the dumb phone.
Well, you know, there's good and bad about it. I mean,
Absolutely.
the good things are there's so much information
Man.
available. The bad thing is
So
people
much
don't
information.
retain information because they think I can just look it up on my
Yep.
phone,
What's the point of memorizing? Well,
And
just
they-
like now, you can't.
and you don't
can't
know
tell-
whether the truth is there or whether
Right.
it's just something made up.
Absolutely. Or you can't remember numbers. It's like, wait, what's my mom's number again? Like, that should be the number you have memorized. It's like you only are required to remember a few numbers now that are emergency only versus
Yeah.
it used to be you knew your friend's number, you knew your teacher's number, you knew your church member's number, and it doesn't happen anymore. It like you said, pros and cons to it all though. But definitely, man, it's different out here. So you got to be able to connect at whatever level.
Well,
whatever
that's where
age.
your mentors being age synced up
Absolutely.
can mesh in with the kids better.
Absolutely, and that's why they're able to be such effective advisors, because they're literally on that level. They're literally just a few years removed, so they understand like you're going through this and the nuances that happen.
Now, are a lot of those volunteers?
Oh no, those are the advisors are employees on each campus. So we have campuses that just have one advisor, but then we have campuses like Skyline where the senior class is like just a few over 1,000 students, and so for that campus we have to have 3.5 advisors, but they're there all day, every day, and so literally students can walk into the office and their computer's set up, their advisors are there, there's information there, you can see all the different colleges, their banners waving, and just packets of information. Also, I bring in community service opportunities for them because we partner a lot with the city of Dallas for different community service activities. So you get those hours because they need them to graduate, but they also need them to look good on paper.
Oh, yeah.
Applying to college for getting the scholarships. And sometimes that is a difference maker. It's like with being able to put the mayor's intern program on your resume, or even just the connection with that corporation you're interning for, leading to a future career. So, yeah, we do a lot.
So you're
For the first year.
coordinating a group of schools, not just focusing on one school yourself.
Right. So I'm just supporting however they need, and they call me if they need me. And a lot of times the events, like last night, we just had the Dallas ISD College Fair. So shout out Dallas ISD. It was wonderfully done. But they host it every year at the Ellis Davis Fieldhouse, the Jesse Owens complex, and it's huge. A lot of students, but saw students from different schools because we set up a table there. Myself and Miss Candy over here, which is one of my co-workers here, a new co-worker, and she came right in out the gate and just answering questions, parents asking in English and Spanish. Shout out bilingual. We do cater to all, and they were getting packets of information. but then they also will come up to the table to grab some candy, and that's okay because we know how to reel them in to make sure that they get what they truly need to know about. And a lot of our students were there from each of our schools, so it was beautiful to see it all and see them taking advantage of all those opportunities and that information. So,
Well, that's satisfying for you to see it making a difference, and
absolutely, especially because we've seen some of these students. Now this is just my third school year with EIF, and we've seen some of these students I've seen them since they're like sophomores, walking around the halls. So now they're like excited, like, how have you been? And they're at the same time nervous because they're like, oh, I'm a senior now. Like it really matters. Like
the real world is
yeah,
here.
the real world's like next door now. I got to figure out life. Like, yep, you do. And you should be scared, but you should be excited at the same time. Only scared because you need to make some decisions right now that will matter. And yes, senior year in high school is important. Have great memories. However, there's some business you need to take care of to make sure it's not the greatest memories for the rest of your life.
Well, the saddest thing in the world is somebody that feels like their life peaked at 18.
Ooh, yes.
Like they remember that as the glory
Yeah,
years.
those are glory days.
Man, I peaked when I'm 18, because you know
Go to a
there's a
family
lot of
reunion,
years.
or they're sitting on the porch with the friends, reminiscing the good old days.
Yeah, I mean, you need to always have the best days ahead of you, not
Absolutely.
behind you, and that's where laying this groundwork and this advising and
Absolutely,
counseling
man.
can set the stage for that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And,
sir.
You know, we have the Greater Dallas Coalition has this fabulous camp every summer,
Yes.
Dallas Champions Academy,
Yeah.
and we've
Shout out
really
them.
made
It's
a
great.
difference in kids' lives, and got over 2 dozen in college on full scholarships, which you know
beautiful,
how
man.
beautiful that is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And some of those students were ones that we've worked with, and I
Yeah.
did get to last year and this summer I was able to bring in some mentors from different career background, and just people I've used throughout the school year, and we were able to mentor some class and just talk to them about the importance of having a mentor, but you know also how to be a good mentee, you know, because you got to seek out those relationships.
Yeah,
But
take
let 'em-
advantage of it.
Exactly, because a lot of the successful people you want to be like are right around you. It's just you don't take advantage. You don't open up to them. You don't care enough because you're worried about being the popular kid in school or having an amazing high school experience instead of an amazing setup for
Well,
the
and
next level.
unfortunately, there can develop a mindset among disadvantaged low-income students
man.
that it's not cool to be a good student. It's not cool to
That's so
proceed on a career path that's going
So
to
true.
take you into a good job and good employment. It's kind of
Very
like
true.
you're leaving your buddies behind.
Right, and especially, and that's we
They
serve
drag
that
you back.
that community. Oh, absolutely, and we serve a predominantly the predominantly underserved. So the majority of our students are Hispanic and African American, coming from like South Dallas, Oak Cliff, West Dallas, Pleasant Grove areas, and they understand that because people have told them, but most of them are targeted by society really as a whole so they get to looking up to pro athletes and entertainers as their
Which
success.
are unattainable.
Yeah, for most of them.
Yeah, I
So-
mean that's
so
a
they're-
freak of nature
Exactly.
to be lucky enough to be a NFL player.
Yeah, NFL, NBA,
It's just
Major
a
League, anything.
1 in 10,000.
Yeah, even less. Yeah.
Well, out of high school football players, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a 1 in 10,000 deal.
Yeah, exactly. So they got to make the high school team, and a lot of these kids are talking trash about how good they are and don't even play for the high school that they're at. But yet the mindset is, I'm going to go pro somehow.
Yeah.
But that's because society constantly supports that vision for.
Well, and
know,
one of
black
the
and brown.
positive things you do is show a career path that isn't being an actor or athlete, that you've had a successful career,
Absolutely.
helping other people, and
Absolutely.
serving as a positive role model. And,
Absolutely.
you know, one of the things I talk about on the show is that you can do good works by giving your time and money outside of your job, or you can pursue a work job that actually
Allows
helps
you to do
people,
it daily.
doing it every day, all day long. And best part about it, you're getting paid for it, where you can share your good success with other people and be a positive role model in these communities.
Absolutely, absolutely, and appreciate you saying that, brother. And that's the biggest joy of our job, and I feel like everyone on our team at Education is Freedom gets to say that about the work they do, the work we do together, because daily they're helping students break down and change their mindsets about how they see themselves in their future. And a lot of times it starts with that, I'm gonna be a pro athlete, so I don't need to apply for college, or I don't need to look into other career paths because this is what I'm gonna do. And it's like, well, what about the backup plan, or what about the
one of
other
my
options?
beliefs is that we're steering some kids wrong to try to steer everybody into a 4-year school.
Right, and it's not right for everybody.
Well, and the trades and the trained technicians, the 2-year degree people, have great opportunities to earn a good living.
Great, and it's a lot of times a better living than those who come straight out with bachelor's
no
degree.
debt.
Yeah, with no debt.
And
but they don't know about those options, so it's our role to educate them.
Well,
on that
and they've
before it's too
also
late.
been inculcated by our society and our media
Absolutely.
that working as a tradesman is somehow
Less.
a low rung thing,
Right.
whereas you're serving a vital purpose.
Bingo. And again, you said service
Building
again.
a house, servicing a house, servicing a car.
And that's every job. Every career is about service to others. So that's why it's so important for these kids to be connected to their skill set that they can use to serve others with. Because that's all we're doing, is serving other people with our gifts and our skills, our talents, our trade, just to help the greater good. And people who don't enjoy their jobs or their careers is because they don't enjoy that skill set, or they're not good at that service, whatever that service is to other people. And nobody took time to sit down with them usually to help them figure out, okay, what have you always been good at? It comes so naturally to you, so easy to you that you don't even realize you're good at it. You've always
just
been
do
able to
it.
do this. And when you see a light bulb go off in a kid's head, it's like, oh, their whole future trajectory just changed. And there are not enough of us out here doing this work. So that's why I thank you for the platform, for the opportunity to showcase what we do, at least talk about it a little bit, because with North Texas Giving Day, it's opportunity for people to support good work that we're doing, and just other
Well, and they don't need, they missed it, North Texas Giving Day, but they can go on and
you can still
mail a check into Education is Freedom, volunteer. They've got opportunity.
Volunteer time,
which there's a need for more mentors.
Yes.
One of the things we talk about at Greater Dallas Coalition Dallas Champions Academy, and one reason the academy is so successful, is almost all the kids that come to our camp don't have a positive male role model in their life.
Very true.
And
very true.
One of the things you're doing is serving as a positive male role model.
Absolutely. And bringing others in.
Bringing others in. So there's a desperate need
Absolutely.
for male mentors. I mean, female mentors are great, but the real shortage.
Well, it's the women will show up. The women are always there. It's the men that we're not doing our job a lot of times, and that's why. And it for us, you can serve as mentor, but you can also serve, at events, because we actually do like boards where we'll grade essays for the scholarships that we give out at the end of the year at our showcase event called Evening with the Star. So we've done that, or you can come to events, and there's so many different ways to volunteer. You can come be out in the community serving, like we're cleaning up trash in the community, or painting senior citizen homes. There's so many different ways to get involved.
Well, and encouraging children to learn the joy of giving.
Yes, sir.
Is so important, because that's one thing that's slipped away from our popular culture a little bit, of the joy of helping someone else.
Yes.
Whether it's by giving them money, but giving time is even more meaningful.
And whatever resources, it might just be an exchange of resources.
Just helping make the world a little better place, cleaning it up.
Absolutely.
Doing all the good stuff.
And then a lot of times these kids will be serving out in the community, serving alongside potential mentors, and they'll have a conversation about, oh, I want to be a lawyer. Oh, I work at a law firm. Well, what's it like? While we're raking these leaves, while we're painting this house, while we're cleaning up this garbage. And that's a mentor session. That's a mentor moment happening while you're in the midst of all this and doing good and seeing the importance of doing that, because we're pretty much out serving the community on a weekly basis when it comes to community service work. So you can find us out there all the time. And there's just so much work to be done. So many students that need to be helped. It takes us all. It literally takes the village to raise a child. So it takes villages coming together to raise our children. So definitely, man, just thank you for allowing us to be able to talk about this.
Well, it's an important issue, and you're doing some great work. And if you'd like to visit with David and other people that are really making a difference in the world, that are going to uplift you and excite you for the fact that there are a lot of people trying to make Dallas a better place, instead of just going, oh my gosh, Dallas is so bad, I better just stay in the nice neighborhood and never venture south or outside of my little bubble. But there are people really trying to make a difference and transform Dallas. And coming to one of our monthly coalition meetings will be an uplifting experience.
Absolutely.
It really makes my week.
Yeah,
and we have the third Wednesday of every month down at a very nice dining hall in South Dallas that one of the local churches has put together to feed the homeless and other people. Really, just seeing what Cornerstone Church has done to help their community. I mean, it's not just about people from the North Dallas area coming down and up side of this, people who are in the community uplifting their fellow man,
as it should be,
and making a real difference. And so there's some great opportunities. The Greater Dallas Coalition website has a bunch of information about opportunities that you can volunteer and give money. We are so eager to grow and help more people and do more good work. We want to expand our summer camp to a multi-week and move it on to basketball as well.
Oh yeah.
To try to bring more kids in.
Beautiful. And I just did a basketball mentor session with some guys who could have gone pro, and they're definitely good enough to where they should have, and still young enough to where they could. But we had a bunch of young men who thought they want to go pro, and we're like, all right, okay, let's see if you can beat them. And they smoked them. Like it was bad. It wasn't even close. It's like, well, okay, well, just like these gentlemen here who could have gone pro, you might want to consider some other options now.
Yeah.
And so there's so many ways, so many different ways to give back, so many opportunities. And for the person who's sitting there and thinking that you don't have enough, or you're not successful enough in life to give something back, or give of your time, give of your wisdom, just realize that where you are in life is exactly where somebody else wants to be. And that somebody else is usually a kid looking up to you, and just you're too busy focused on your own promotion, your own next level of success. So just take time to give back and give to others. And at the same time, you have children who you would hope that somebody's doing that for your kids, and it's typically going to be somebody like us. So when you sow that seed of positive energy out there, it will come back tenfold. So just remember that.
That's a cool thing, and we're getting some good things done, and you're doing it every day down in the trenches, and you've got an opportunity for more people to come in and join you. Please reach out to David and see how you can get involved in really making a difference. And you know, when you think about, we're coming up on this time of year that's kind of a hard time for people when you pay your property tax and you go, oh my gosh, this is so horrible. But that's one thing that you can do, that we do, to help fund the DISD, to help fund programs like this and support programs like this that really transform and make a difference. Sometimes people think my property tax dollars, my school tax dollars are just kind of wasted money, but they're investments in our future. And I'm a believer, I pay a lot of property taxes, but I'd like to pay more. I wish everybody would step up and say, we want our schools to be grade A. We're willing to pay 10 or 15% more, instead of constantly trying to dog your taxes down by appealing to the appraisal and saying, oh, cut my house down. Let's all think about, when we talk about giving and helping others, you know, now, I love to give to nonprofits and charities because I think they're more efficient sometimes than the tax entities such as our school district. But the truth is, our school district performs a vital function for a large, very large number of the children living in the Dallas community, disproportionately helping the disadvantaged children who need more support and contribution. So when your politicians start saying, let's cut taxes, let's repeal back, send them a letter saying, you know, I want to step up and help the school system be a better school system. I want to bring more counselors in. I want to bring more opportunities in, because it takes a village, like he said, and the village includes those who are affluent, helping those that don't have the means. And, you know,
Absolutely.
we've got a real problem in Dallas, Texas, with children going to school hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Not just, oh, they didn't get a good breakfast. They didn't get any breakfast unless they get a breakfast at school. So it's important to reach out and do all we can do to help make a difference to our fellow man, love our neighbor as ourselves. And our neighbor includes people in Pleasant Grove and South Dallas and West
Cliff,
Dallas.
Yeah. Oak Cliff and all.
Oak Cliff.
Yes.
I mean, the world is big, and it's,
Yes, sir.
you know, we need to make that difference. And there's good people doing it. David is making an effort day to day, and really it's been an inspiration to get to know him. And hope you've enjoyed visiting with us today and hearing this expository. You know, one of my goals with this show is to share with you people that are really making a difference in our world and set an example of what things you can do to make the world a better place as well, and let the Holy Spirit shine through your actions to show that you really are with God. Like I told the pastor yesterday, you can't give your way into heaven, but if you let the Holy Spirit into your life, if you really accept Jesus Christ and say, Holy Spirit, come into my life, you are going to be unable to not give time and money to help your fellow man.
Yes,
so that's a warning sign. If you don't feel compelled, joyfully compelled to help your fellow man, you are in real danger, because you haven't let the Holy Spirit really come into your life. So I hope you will go to David's website, get in touch with him, reach out and do what you can to help your fellow man through Education is Freedom, which is a great name. And education is freedom.
Yes,
it's
sir.
freedom from poverty.
Yes, sir.
It's freedom from jail. It is
man.
freedom. So
really is.
have a great day today. Come to our monthly coalition meeting.
Yes.
And of course, we'd love for you to donate and send us a note. Take care and have a great day. Look forward to talking to you next week.
Yes.